Salvete omnes. This is Abbey Latin Liber Primus, chapter 12. This is the Lectio Latina, the Latin reading of chapter 12. Continuing the Oscar-winning story of Aeneas and friends, Aeneas and the founding of Rome. Problem for Aeneas? He's dead. Post Aeneae mortem, Ascanius Iulus, Aeneae filius, regnum Latinorum in Lavinio, magna oppido magno ad maris terreni litus obtenebat. So, post Aeneae mortem. Post takes the accusative, and Aeneae is the genitive of Aeneas. Mortem is the accusative, which goes with post. So after the mors mortis feminine death, after the death of Aeneas, after Aeneas's death, you can put the apostrophe after Aeneas. After Aeneas's death, Ascanius Iulus, so this is the nominative of Ascanius Iulus, that's his name, the son of Aeneas, who is Ascanius, also called Iulus. And look, here's the appositive, Aeneae, genitive once again of Aeneas, and filius, meaning son, filius e masculine. Filius is nominative because it stands in apposition. It's an appositive to Ascanius Iulus, giving us more information about who he is. So after Aeneas' death, Ascanius Iulus, comma, Aeneas' son, the son of Aeneas, comma, regnum Latinorum in Lavinio, so the regnum regni neuter, kingdom, kingship, it's a thing that goes with a king. So you could also say crown, throne. Latinorum, so the Latini, or the Latins. This is genitive plural. So the kingdom of the Latins, the throne of the Latins, the crown of the Latins. It's the thing that a king has concerning the Latins. In plus the ablative shows location. We are in Lavinio. Lavinium is the name of the town or city that was founded by Aeneas and named after his wife, the Italian princess Lavinia, the daughter of King Latinus. So in Lavinium, comma, oppido magno ad maris terreni litus. So this right here is an appositive, just like filius is an appositive to Ascanius Iulus. Oppido magno is an appositive to Lavinio, giving us more information about what Lavinium was. It was a oppido magno, a great town. Oppidum e neuter and magnosa a great town. Also in the ablative. It has to be in the same case as what it's modifying, what it's going with. Ad plus the accusative would show motion towards, but maris is not the accusative. Mare, maris, neuter, the sea, the big blue wobbly wet thing. This is the genitive. Terreni is also a genitive from terrenus. This is the Tyrrhenian Sea, the mare terrenium. And then litus, from litus, litoris, neuter, is a beach or a shore, the strand. So ad takes the accusative litus, ad litus, because remember litus is neuter, at or near the shore, by the shore of the Tyrrhenian Sea. And that's where Lavinium was. It was a oppido magno, a great town, a large town, at the shore of the Tyrrhenian Sea, near the shore of the Tyrrhenian Sea. And then obtenebat is our main verb, finishing off the sentence. And it goes with regnum. You saw this verb before in the last Lectio Latina. With regnum, it means to hold power, to sit on the throne, to wear the crown. So after Aeneas' death, Ascanius Iulus, the son of Aeneas, he was holding the kingdom, or you could say he was sitting the throne, or wearing the crown of the Latins in Lavinium, a large town near the shore of the Tyrrhenian Sea, the Mare Terreni. Propter numerum Latinorum magnum in Lavinio, rex regnum in urbem novum in Monte Albano transportavit. Propter means on account of, because of, and it takes the accusative case, not the genitive, accusative case. Propter numerum, from numerus e masculine, means number, group, or count. Here it means number, and it goes with the preposition propter. On account of the number, Latinorum, those are the Latins again, genitive plural, of the Latins, on account of the number of the Latins, magnum, from magnusa and it modifies numerum. So it's not just on account of the number of Latins, but it's on account of the great number of the Latins. So there are a lot of Latins, Latini, in Lavinium, on account of the great number of Latins in Lavinium. Rex regnum in urbem novum in Monte Albano transportavit, the nominative subject king, he transportavit, he didn't just porto, carry, he transporto, he carried across, carried over, or transported. He transferred his regnum, his kingdom, the seat of his power, his throne. In plus the accusative motion towards, he transferred his power into a urbem novum, an orbis feminine, a city novusaum, a new city. The king transferred his kingdom, his throne, into a new city. He took his court to a new city in Monte Albano, on the Alban Mount, on the Mons Montes masculine hill, mountain, Albanusaum, the Alban Mount, which is here, the Alban Hill. So Alba Longa is going to be the city, the Urbs Nova, that Ascanius builds, that he builds right here on the Alban Mount. So he moves, transportavit, his regnum, the seat of his power, his kingdom, his throne, to Alba Longa. His mother, or his stepmother, Lavinia, stays to be the ruler, the dux of Lavinium. Ascanius urbem novum inter montem Albanum, Mons Albanus inter montem Albanum, et litus Lacus Albanus, Lacus Albani, aedificavit. So Ascanius, son of Aeneas, the Rex, the king, he aedificavit, he built, past tense of build. He built the accusative direct object, urbem novum, a new city. He built the new city, inter, between the Montem Albanum, that's the Mons Albanus, right here, the Alban Mount, et, and the litus, the shore of, this is genitive, Lacus Albani, the Lacus Albanus, the Alban Lake. Lacus means lake. So Ascanius built his new city between the Alban Mount, Mons Albanus, and Lake Alban, Lacus Albanus. So we think it's about right here, in between. And there's a crest, there's a ridge on Mons Albanus, on the Alban Mount, and it was built along that ridge, along that crest, overlooking the lake. Ibi Dei Patriaenae in somno suem albam demonstravarat. So ibi, there, in that place, it's an adverb, pointing out there, in that place. Dei, the nominative plural masculine, the gods. An alternate form would be di, D. The gods, Patriaenae, this is going to be the dative of Pater Aeneas, his father Aeneas. The father of Ascanius was Aeneas. Father Aeneas. in somno suam album demonstravorat. So the gods, this should say demonstravorant. They had shown, demonstravorant. They had shown. What did they show? A suam album. This is a white sow, a white female pig, to his father Aeneas in somno, in a dream. And here you can see the crest of this part of Lazio, of Latium in Italy today, called Albano, Comune di Albano. It still has the white sow from the dream of Aeneas. In Virgil's Aeneid, Virgil tells us that Aeneas, he goes to sleep, and the god of the river Tiber, Tiberinus, appears to Aeneas and shows him a spot where in 30 years' time Ascanius Iulus will found a city. We know it's 30 years because the spot is shown by a white sow, that is, a white female pig, who has a litter of 30 white piglets, explaining that the 30 piglets mean each one represents 1 year. In 30 years, Aeneas' son Ascanius will found the city of Alba Longa. It's called Alba, white, because of the white sow, the suem album, Alba Longa, white, and it's called Longa, because it's built along this long ridge right here. So white, Longa, long white. Itaque, quod longa non lata erat urbs, Ascanius album longum appellavit. And so, because longa non lata erat urbs, because long, not wide or broad, was the city built along this ridge, Ascanius named it, called the city Alba Longam. So Alba Longa. Magna erat urbs et regnum Latinorum. Great was the city was great, and the kingdom of the Latins. The city and the kingdom of the Latins was great. Great was the city and the kingdom of the Latins. So there, Ascanius Iulus, the son of Aeneas, ruled as king of the Latins from his regnum, his seat, his throne of Alba Longa. Post multum tempus Ascani filius, Silvius nomine, quod erat inter multa animalia in Silva natus, regnum obtenebat. Post takes the accusative, post multum tempus. So multum agrees with tempus, temporis neuter. After much time. Ascani filius. So this is going to be the genitive of Ascanius. Ascanius's, put apostrophe after Ascanius. Filius, son. Filius e masculine, nominative subject of some verb. Silvius nomine. So our subject is the son of Ascanius, and his name, Silvius. Silvius by name. You'll learn this a bit later, but this is an ablative of specification. In what way was he Silvius? Silvius in name. You could say Silvius by name. Named Silvius. After much time, Ascanius' son, comma, named Silvius, comma, quod erat inter multa animalia in silva natus, quod, because erat natus, he had been born inter, between or among the multa animalia, takes the accusative, between many animals in silva, in the forest. He's called Silvius, he's named Silvius because he had been born in the forest among many animals. Regnum obtenebat. So he, Filius, Silvius by name, named Silvius, he obtains the throne. He sits the throne. He obtains the crown. After much time, Ascanius' son, named Silvius, because he had been born in the forest, in the Silva, among many animals, he sat the throne. He was sitting the throne, was obtaining the crown. Post Silvii mortem, we're just going right through these kings. Filii erant reges Latinorum, et sacra in monte Albano faciebant, diu. Post Silvii mortem, after Silvius's death, Silvii being the genitive of Silvius, after the death of Silvius, filii, the nominative plural masculine, erant, the sons were reges, his sons were the kings. We have the nominative plural subject, linking verb, predicate nominative reges. His sons were the kings, Latinorum, of the Latins, et sacra in monte Albano faciebant, and they were making sacrifices. You can even just say they were sacrificing, they were making sacrifices on the Alban Mount, diu, for a long time. Diu being an adverb, modifying the verb, telling us how long were they making sacrifices. Diu, for a long time. After Silvius's death, his sons were the kings of the Latins, and they were long making sacrifices on the Alban Mount. Optime, very well done. That wraps it up for the Lectio Latina of Chapter 12 and Chapter 12 in total. Valete omnes.